I feel like a lot of times, like I don't have anything really valuable to say. And I think that you guys can learn more from each other than you can from me all the time. And so I'm really excited for this call because we are going to just let other people pour into, sidelines and some people upline, downline. And I want to welcome all the people that are new this week. This is really exciting. And the reason why I choose to do the call on Sunday nights is because, number one, I need to listen to that family call to get me charged and ready to go for the weekend. And I'll have to say that if I were doing it by myself, I probably wouldn't be listening as much and even taking notes. And so I like doing it all together as a call because then we're all plugged in. We know what's going on. And if they announce anything super awesome, then we know it, we can set up a game plan real quick. And then I like it because not everyone can jump on Amber's calls on Mondays and Wednesdays just because they're working full-time jobs. And so it's just nice to be able to do this on Sundays. So if you're new to the call, it's every Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So whatever time that is for you, 30 minutes ago is when it starts. Can you guys not hear me? You guys are all shaking your heads weird.
Because you said every Monday, but it's every Sunday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Yep. I'm a human being. So, okay, every Sunday, because today's Sunday. Okay, so I am going to start the call off and talk a little bit about these $100 bonuses, okay? So it's No Limit November, which means everybody can earn unlimited $100 bonuses. And if you don't know how to earn them, I'm going to tell you right now. You can earn, so every 5 points, you get $100. Every 5 points. Okay, you get 1 point for signing a loyal customer if you keep it underneath yourself. If you have a downline and you move that customer, they get the 1 point, you don't. Okay, so you get 1 point per loyal customer. You get 2 points per distributor that you sign. Now that distributor needs to be set up on an ADBB auto shipment. If you sign them up or they sign themselves up and they cancel that auto shipment, you don't get the 2 points. So sign them up on an ADBB auto shipment. You can tell them it won't run. We'll change it to the products you want, or if you already have the volume that you need, we'll skip it, whatever you need to do. But set them up on that ADBB auto shipment, okay, and you get 2 points. I don't really like to talk about the third way, but I'll just tell you real quick. If a person-enrolled person that you sign up goes Ruby, you get 4 points, which 4 points is 4 points, so that's good. But the way that I think that the easiest way to earn all of your points is you sign one distributor, you have those distributors get 4 loyal customers, and you automatically get your 5 points. Okay, so you'll help one distributor, you get them 4 customers within this month. Okay, it's not their 30 days, it's this month. Then you're going to get 5 points. So not only do you get 5 points for doing that for your distributor, you also get the 2 points for signing the distributor. And so it makes sense to move your 4 customers underneath that distributor because you're going to get that 5 points right there rather than keeping 5 customers for yourself, okay? Now, our goal every single month is 4 loyal customers, 3 distributors. So your goal this month should be at least 3 distributors because that's what we should be working for, right? If you sign 3 distributors, you help those 3 distributors get their 4 customers by the end of the month, you get $700. Who wants $700 for Christmas or to get to conference, you guys? $700 will pay for your conference. $250 for your plane ticket, $250 for your conference ticket, that's $700. $100 for your hotel, that's $600. $100 spending money, $700, done. Okay, it gets you to conference, pays for everything. But you've got to be willing to do the work for those 3 distributors. So I've talked to a lot of people and I said, what's your goal for Christmas cash? And a lot of people are like, I don't have one. If you don't have a goal, how are you going to hit it? So right now, whatever you guys are taking notes on, if you're like Tracy in your bathroom, take some lipstick, write it on your mirror. What is your goal for Christmas cash? Write it right now. What is your goal? How much do you want to make for Christmas cash? What do you need? How much is your car payment? How much are your Christmas gifts? They just talked about it on the call. You know, people buy Christmas and they want to cry when their kids are opening it because they're opening presents they haven't even paid for because they're all on credit cards, right? How much do you need? Write it down. And not even need, how much do you want? Now, what if God says, okay, you get exactly what you wrote down? Are you going to wish you would have wrote down more? Right? So don't play small. Okay? You ask for what you want and you put in the work, but sometimes we're like, well, I'll just say 100 or I'll just say 200 because that just seems more reasonable. That just seems like something I can do. Well, just because you've never done it doesn't mean that you can't do it this month. And if you're putting forth the action and the effort, then why can't it happen? Okay, just because you've never done it doesn't mean that you can't do it. And so I really want you guys to understand how to earn the bonuses and to be doing the work in order to make those bonuses happen, because we can't just say we want it and then we don't put in the action that's equal or more than what we're asking for. And we can't have it until we've done the work. And so if you're brand new, we're going to be talking about that. If you quit and you come back, we're going to be talking about that. If you work a full-time job, you're a single mom, you've got 5 kids, we're going to talk about all that, okay? We're going to find a way to make it happen. So I am going to turn the time over to some other people who are much wiser, and they are just going to share whatever they have prepared. So I'll tell you, Kelly Jo, sorry, you're first. I should have told you that like at the beginning of the call, so that way you had time to prep. But we're going to go Kelly Jo, Jenna Lee, and then Michelle. All right? So I'm going to mute me, and you can.
Okay, so like always, I kind of don't usually prepare because when I do, I never stick to what I prepare. So Tamika asked me to just share a little bit about what I do. When I started this business, I feel like this is important to talk about. In October of 2015, I had told Tamika no, I don't even know how many times, like 100. I had done a different company. Well, I had done a couple different MLM companies before, mostly just to like save money on products. And I'd always failed horribly. I hated selling. It wasn't for me. I was actually getting ready to delete my Facebook because I was so sick of the drama in life. So I was like over it. I wasn't going to do it. Any of that stuff. I literally signed up so that Tamika would shut up and leave me alone. Like that was Bible truth. I was sick of her asking me and she would not leave me alone. But she used to be a teacher for my mom, so I didn't feel like I was in a position to just like tell her like leave me alone. So I signed up to show her how bad I would suck. Within 5 months as a single mom, sorry, my computer keeps dinging. Can you still hear me? Okay. I muted so it wouldn't keep dinging. Within 5 months, I had gone diamond and earned the $20,000 bonus. 5 months, single mom, super busy, like life was crazy. I had the worst, awful boss ever in the history of the world, and I hated myself, hated my life, like everything. It Works was able to get me like financially stable. I was feeling good about myself and no longer had like suicidal thoughts and all that kind of crazy stuff going on. I quit my awful, terrible job, moved my kids across the country to Minnesota, where I live now, and I had chose to stay home with them. I quickly figured out that I was not like Tamika and did not want to stay home with my kids. Not that I don't love them, but I just knew I knew that not that It Works wasn't for me, because it was and it is, and I want to be in it. And there's never been a day where I've truly like all day said, I don't want to do this. But I felt like just something was missing. So anyways, I found my place back in the classroom, and I have a job that I absolutely love now. So now, fast forward to, November of 2017, I'm married. I still have my 2 boys. We just bought our first house. I work a full-time job as a teacher. I'm in my master's program. So basically, if anybody's ever bought a house or been going to school or had a job, and had kids, you know that those things are all full-time jobs and newly married to somebody that I had only known for a few months. So basically, life is like 17 full-time jobs all at once, but I find a way to make it work. And one thing that I'm so thankful for is that Tamika, like even on my days where I've had moments where I've said like, I want to quit. And I don't know if I've ever said that to Tamika, but I think she's known when I've been at that point. And she said like, why do you want to do this? Like, why are we doing this? And there's always a reason. That why might be different than it was yesterday, but every single day there is a why. And I know that there's a reason I'm here. And even though it might not be to stay home with my kids anymore, that might not be my vision, it is to be able to pay my car payment and to be able to help other people and to be able to make it so we do not have to struggle with bills and we can live in our dream house and to make all those things happen. So where there's a will, there's a way. get straight with your why. I think I said that last week too. But really every single day you have to make it work. So I find myself falling into a pattern of excuses, and then I tell myself, you got to stop these excuses because everybody has an excuse. And sometimes your excuses are truly valid, and that's like, you have to make the choice of, this is why I'm not going to do something. And if that reason is valid to you, then that's fine. Because there really are things in life that like you can't control it, and it is what it is. But like for me right now, I am busy literally like 18 hours a day, maybe, like, and I get an hour to like sit down, and then I try to sleep for 5. That is literally my life. So I have scheduled where I do it works during my lunch. Like I sit in my office by myself and I eat my lunch. So like I'm sacrificing going and having teacher time and hang out with the teachers because I know this business is important. I'm starting to get up a little bit early and message. When I go to the bathroom, I message. I try to talk to my distributors when I'm going to the bathroom. So sorry, y'all. Sometimes that just happens. But you have to, like, you go to the bathroom, you have 5 minutes. Don't tell me you don't. Like, lock the door, tell your kids they have to leave you alone. You have 5 minutes. So, anyway, where there's a will, there's a way, and you will find a way to make this business work no matter what you have going on. And you have to find out what's important to you, because like, just because Tamika stays home doesn't mean that you want to stay home. Just because I want to be super busy 17, 18 hours a day doesn't mean that's what you want to do. So you have to figure out what you want and then get there. But if you don't know what you want, you can't make it somebody else's dream. You have to make it your dream. So that's what I have to share. Hopefully that worked.
Oh my gosh, I just love you so much. You guys, and I was really close with her mom too, so it wasn't just me that wouldn't leave her alone. Her mom wasn't leaving her alone either. She was like, you need to sign up and be a customer with Tamika. You need to do this. And then I don't know why you just didn't say, Mom, like, why don't you sign up with a customer to be here? That's all right. I love our story, and I love you, and I'm so grateful for you, so thank you for sharing. Okay, Jenna Lee, you're up.
Okay, so don't mind this beautifulness mess. I've been sick for like 3 days, so there you have it. Anyways, Tamika, she just wanted me to talk about like what helps me keep going and what keeps me on fire. For me, it kind of started out as going to a conference.
Can you introduce yourself real quick and share your story?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Because I just think that all matters.
Oh, okay. So my name's Jenny Lee. I started a year and a half ago. I was never on Facebook before I joined It Works. I'd been in a car accident and broke my back, and I couldn't work anymore. And prior to that, never was on Facebook. And Tamika actually that December sent me a holiday card just saying, hey, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Nothing about It Works, just like wished me a Merry Christmas. And I was like, oh, that was so sweet, because I knew Tamika like years and years ago. And then I broke my back, and I was on Facebook all the time, and I started seeing her posts. And she kept posting about these awesome products. And I was like, I want to freaking try all of them. And so I kept bugging her. It's like, Kay, what about this product? Kay, how much is this product? And I was like, I can't buy it. I don't have a job. And then she'd post about another product, and I'd message her and, okay, what about this product? And I really wanted to, but I just couldn't justify buying product when I wasn't working. And so then she was like, well, why don't you just join this company? There's $1,000 Ruby bonus. I had no clue what Ruby bonus was, but I was like, cool, I could like make $1,000. Why not? And then I get to try the products. So after like 3 months, I finally joined, got my Ruby bonus, and now I'm boxed for Diamond. So that is my next goal. But so I went Ruby fast, and then I just kind of like stayed there. And they kept talking about getting to events, showing up. And I was like, why? Like, I don't have the money. I can't go. Like, sure, when I'm Diamond and I'm making $2,000 a month, I will for sure go to conference, but I'm not making that much. Well, Amber and Tamika just kept saying it will change your life. Like, put in the work and everything will fall into place. So I finally just was like, hey, I'm going to do it. So I bought my conference ticket to go this last year and somehow had the money. Like, I don't know where it came from, but I figured it out and I went, and it was like the first time that I truly believed I could go diamond, that I was worth it, and that it wasn't like this far off into space, like, oh yeah, like maybe if I knew 5,000 people, I could do it. And that kind of built for me the importance of showing up and going to events. And God, Tamika and I have been on several road trips since then. We went to Arizona. We drove to freaking Kansas City boot camp. We went to Boise. I hit up the ones here in Utah that Amber has. She had her one team, one mission here that, no, it was a boot camp that Mike actually showed up for. And I go to Amber's usually once a month and do wrap parties down there. And it just like gets my fire built. It keeps me going and gives me kind of that extra push to go the extra mile. I always post. I always message. I may not always message as much as I should, but I do always message. But after I go to these events, like I am on fire. And that's when my business has always just like gone, I can't say boomed yet, but it will, because this last one, I don't know what it was, the one in Boise, like it just lit a fire under me and I haven't stopped. Part of that is probably, I don't know why I always dig my feet in. Like they're like, go to events, and I'm like, no. And then I finally go and I'm like, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? Well, another one is books. They always say, hey, listen to these books. And I was like, I don't want to listen to books on tape. Like, how boring. That's what old people do. I'm not an old person. I'm not going to do that. Dug my feet in, and I finally listened to Strangest Secrets. Loved that book. And I kind of just like kept listening to that for a few months. And this last 2 months have just been really hard, a lot going on in my life. And to me, like seriously, didn't want to get out of bed. Like I would get up, get my kids to school, and then I would sit on the chair and like didn't do anything. And I would always like beat myself up, and I'd go to bed that night. I'm like, hey, tomorrow's going to be different. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. And then it would come and I wouldn't. And then I'd beat myself up more because I wasn't doing it. And because Tamika's a rock star and like always wants us to succeed. And she was like, okay, there's more to you. And she was like, you need to listen to this book. And it was the 5-second rule. And I found it on YouTube because I'm super frugal. I can't say cheap because that just sounds bad. So I'm super frugal. And I was like, I don't want to pay for something. So I found it on YouTube, listened to it in like less than a week. And it has completely changed my mindset, not only for this company, but like literally I get up and do things now. Like I make a list the night before and I actually accomplish it the next day, even when I don't want to, because that's the beauty of this book. Like I listen to it and it's like, okay, I don't want to do this. Oh wait, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know what it does, but it magically makes me get up and do what I don't want to do. And then I started listening to Sell or Be Sold, and that has changed my messaging. So it's kind of what you need. And even like if you're like me and dig your feet in, just don't do it. Like just listen to the books, show up to events, and be honest with Tamika. Like she's there. She wants us to succeed. Like she wants us to pass her. And so if you're honest with her, like she will help you. And it's like, have to like throw my pride out the door a lot of times. And she knows way too much about me, but she's there and has like helped me every step of the way. And she never gives up on you. Like that's one of many amazing things about her is like when I sign people, I think of, okay, what did Tamika do? Because that's what like has helped me and kept me going. Because there's been times where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I don't want to do anything, let alone like post and message. And Tamika just doesn't like give up on you. And so I'm like, hey, I'm going to train my distributors the same way because that's what I like. And I add things to it just from reading these amazing books. So like, look at your upline, look at what they're doing and what you like and what you don't like, because there might be things you don't like about them, and that's what you can change. And you don't have to do what they do. I personally do because I think Tamika's a rock star, but you don't have to. Like, you get to pick and choose, but like, find somebody that is above you that isn't necessarily your upline. Like, they might be your sideline sister. They might be on a completely different team, but find somebody that you want to be just like that and watch them do what they do. And they'll help you grow into the leader that you're supposed to be.
Thanks, Jen. You're so sweet. I love that. Thanks for sharing. So, you guys, Audible books, whatever you need, there's a book for it. There is. And you've got to be willing to put in the time to listen to it, because that's what's going to grow your business. If you're not growing your mind, your business can't grow. Your team can't grow. And so if you need good audiobooks, I mean, Amber has a plethora. You just tell her, hey, here's what I'm struggling with. I can't close. She'll give you a book. Here's what I'm struggling with. I don't know how to balance it all. She'll give you a book. I don't believe in myself. There's a book. And it will change your life listening to those books. It will. And it's just what you need at the time. If you can't get your butt out of bed, then you're not going to be successful in this business or just life in general. And there's a book for that. It's 5-second Rule. If you haven't listened to it, it's free on YouTube. It's a really good book for everything. If you want help losing weight, if you want help getting rid of anxiety, if you want help getting up in the morning, if you want help doing things that push you outside your comfort zone, 5-second Rule is the answer to everything. It gives you that tool in your toolbox to succeed in every aspect of your life. All right, Michelle Brown, you are up. Will you kind of share your story to start out with?
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, so I joined It Works last March, and I was just kind of fed up with my life. Like, my husband got laid off from the oil fields. I was pretty much working all by myself to support bills. Like, I ended up getting my truck repoed.
Oh, I can't hear her. Can you guys hear her?
I just wasn't happy at all. Like, I was working 110-hour weeks while pregnant, just trying to make ends meet. And I was like, is this what we're supposed to do for the rest of our lives? Is just I also like follow Jade Hooper religiously. Oh.
Can you hear me okay, Michelle? You're just in and out. So like,
Sorry.
I think your service is just cutting in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Pretty
Okay.
clear now.
Okay, I shut my Wi-Fi off. So. Anyway, I also listen to Jade Hooper like religiously on YouTube, and just hearing her story, and listening to like Tamika and Amanda, it was just like, all right, why not? And I had done It Works before, but I had no upline. Like, nobody would help me. The girl that I signed under quit, and I was like, I'm so confused. Like, what is BV? What is group volume? Like, I had no idea. I only knew basically what a loyal customer was, a rep, and a distributor. Like, I didn't even know anything about our other products. And so, recently, like, just a whole bunch of stuff going on in my life. Like, my mom got diagnosed with terminal cancer. Like, I was just having a lot of relationship issues as well. I found out I was adopted. Like, just crazy stuff just hit me all at once. And I was just like, maybe this company isn't worth it, like, just because I had so much on my plate. And I was like, how can I find time to do that between working? And then, I got forced into quitting my job that I had for 2 years. And just one day, you know, I was, slow down, sorry. I was listening to one of Amber's videos on YouTube, and Jade and Tamika's like, well, we're having a team call tonight. And I was like, yeah, I'll try to make it on, you know. And then just something hit me, and I don't know what it is. Like, I was crying, and it was just an overwhelming feeling. And I was like, hey, you need to be on this call. So what's been keeping my fire going is actually like listening to Mark Pentecost's video of his speech at conference last year. And Amber actually showed it Saturday during her training. And it was like, I don't know, it brought chills to my body, and I was crying again. I'm not a big crier, but that just hit me. And, you know, I'm just happy to be back. Like, I was like, what was I doing? You know, like, I got in with the wrong crowd. Instead of like using my business and stuff to help with everything going on, I turned to drinking, which was not good at all. And I turned to a lot of negative things instead of putting my positive energy into my business. And so that's kind of been my fire, is listening to Mark, Tamika, Amber, and like all these Christmas bonuses. Like, I have a lot of toys I want to get my kids. Like, I don't even care about myself, but I do want a Fitbit. But I have a lot of things I want to get my kids, and that's my incentive, and that's my drive every day. And I kind of lost my why when I was just being dumb. It's not even taking a break. I was just being dumb. My kids are my why. Like, I want them to be home with me, and I want to be with my kids, and I want my husband to be with my kids, and I want to just pack up the car and be like, hey, we're going to Hawaii today. So that's everything.
So I have a couple questions for you, because you cut out at the beginning a little bit. So, you know, you say that you took a break and it was just you being dumb. But in the time that you decided that you were done with It Works, like, you really felt like you were done. And you, now looking back, you can see that like the things that you turned to were not positive things. And so, like, kind of what was like the chatter going on in your head, and like how could other people like recognize that and be able to change it, I guess? Like, does that question make sense?
Yeah. So it was just like, you know, I should make a Facebook post. And then my chatterbox was like, you don't have time to do that. Like, you can't make a heartfelt one, so what's the point? And it was just like, so, like, not even just my chatterbox, it was so many outside voices as well, like friends, like family telling me like, it's just a waste of time, like, you're spending more on your auto shipment than you make. And I'm like, so what? You know, like, once I got thinking about it, I'm like, so what? You know, that's how everybody starts out. It's not like you wake up and you get your ruby or your diamond bonus. It's not like you wake up and you're ambassador diamond. It was just like a lot of outside influences, and just, you know, I was just like, it's easier just to go to work than message 20 people a day. And then I thought to myself, like, my kids cry every time I leave to go to work, and that kind of broke my heart. I was like, would you rather have a job you can do at home and work hard to get your, you know, your income and stuff, or would you want to leave your kids crying at the door to go take care of, you know, other people and bring happiness to their family when I can't bring it to mine? You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Definitely. And I really appreciate you being transparent too. I know that Amber said that, because like, if you haven't felt this way, you will feel this way in your business. You will think it'll just be easier if I quit. Like, that's just the answer. Like, there are other things I could be spending my time and money on. And it's true. But looking back, like, I'm so grateful to have you back. And so the last thing I kind of want you to touch base on is there are people that have stopped, and they might just be watching the recording, because obviously everyone that's on here is like ready to earn Christmas cash and like ready to run. But like, I remember sending you that message because I almost wasn't going to, because I'm just like, there's no way she's going to say yes to being on this team call. But then I remembered hearing Amber in the back of my head saying, like, sometimes people just need an invite. And so I remember sending you that message, like, do you want to be on the team call? And I know that that really helped get you where you want to, or get you back on track. But for people that have quit, what would you say are like starting steps to get back in, like to get your head back in, to get you back in consistency mode? Like, what are you doing now that you are kind of like relaunching yourself?
Most definitely, like, go to your upline. Like, Tamika and Amber have been, and even Carissa, she's on my downline, and Danielle, they have all been just like my support blanket, honestly. Like, even when I was giving up, you guys messaged me every day. They messaged me every day, like, hey, I hope everything's okay. And it turns out in the end, like, all the people I was listening to weren't my friends, but Tamika and Carissa and all of them have been there for me through ups and downs. So really, I just saw my downline, and I'm like, or my upline and downline, and I was like, wow, like, yeah, they're having so much fun and they're doing so good in this business. And really, them posting and stuff was my motivation. Also, a lot of personal development. Like, if you haven't listened to Mark Pentecost's speech from last year at conference, then you need to. Like, he talks about fear, and you can face everything and run, which is what I did. Like, I had so much going on in my life, or you can face everything and rise. And so from now on, I'm going to face everything and rise. And I feel like I'm a strong person, but man, just everything happening all at once. And it was just like all the negativity was dragging me down instead of me fighting it, saying like, no, like, I'll use this to push myself harder. And it was just a big reality check, and I'm glad to be on the right track again. So
Thank you so much, Michelle. And when I post this recording, maybe we can post that link in the comments, because I definitely want to watch it. I was there, but I want to watch it again because I just think it's awesome. So that kind of brings me to our last little thing. Thank you guys for sharing. I love each and every one of you guys' story, because it's all different and we're all in different places. And so I challenge you guys to reflect on your own stories tonight and get your why. Like Kelly Jo said, like, that's the most important thing. I mean, you can kind of hear it in everybody's story. Their why is what keeps them going. But then just kind of end with conference. You'll hear people say all the time that conference changed their life, it changed their business, and it's true. Whether or not your business booms is neither here nor there. I mean, yes, you hope so, but really just the feeling that you have cannot be replaced. And the tickets are on sale for $250 until the end of the month, November 30th. You can get them for $250. I think you can still split the payment into two, maybe. Plane tickets went back up. I got mine last week for $250, which is the cheapest I've ever paid to go to Florida. And then our hotel, I got 4 nights reserved for $90, so that's already taken care of for everybody that's going. And then, like, food, the hotel has a kitchen in it, so we're going grocery shopping. We try and keep things as inexpensive as possible, but I'm going to tell you, if you, especially when you watch that video that Michelle can post about, like, you guys, if you get that feeling that you need to be there, then you need to be there, even if it's outside of your comfort zone, even if you don't know, like Jenna Lee said, how you're going to come up with the money. It's just a step. It's a step in the right direction, and God can't give you what he has in store for you unless if you're putting in the action and the effort and the work first in order to make the miracles happen. And so I just want to end with that and challenge you guys to all get there. And if, like Kelly said, if there's a will, there's a way. And all you need to do is be in contact with your upline, and they can problem solve with you to find a way to make it happen. And so I'm just grateful for you guys. I enjoy spending our Sunday nights together, and I'll post this recording. So if you feel like somebody on your team needs it, then make sure that you tag them in that. It'll be an Amber's team page. And anybody want to share anything before we jump off? Any ahas, any takeaways, any feelings that you want to share before we go?
I want to share something.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I just wanted to thank you guys for sharing and just being so like transparent and sharing your stories. It's really inspiring and yeah, just thank you guys. I took a lot away from tonight. So
Thanks, Kelly.
Tamika.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people were saying they couldn't afford the audiobooks. Everybody should have an online library, and almost every one of the books Amber's suggested are on there for you to rent. So you can borrow them from your library.
Okay.
So that's free. That's one way people can listen to these books for free.
An online library? So
I know they have it here in Utah. It's the Pioneer Online Library or something like that. If you go to your local library, they'll give you your password, the link, everything of how to do it. It's an app you download on your phone. It's called Overdrive. And you just listen to it on there for free.
Tracy, you're incredible. I appreciate you being on this call tonight because that's going to help so many people. Thank you so much.
Like the 5-second rule, all those ones were on there that I saw. So
thank you.
Yep.
All right. I just sometimes there's just those few last thoughts that people want to kind of throw in, but I think we'll call it a night. And I just appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting me as a leader, my sidelines, my upline, my downline. Thanks for being on, you guys.